Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Frilioth and welcome to another episode on our Let's Play Minecraft series. Right, I've got a couple of bits to do today, as always, but I just wanted to show you what I've been doing for the past day or so. I've been doing a bit of decorating around the man cave, so I just want to show you what I've been doing, and then we'll crack on with the little project I've got for today, or one of the projects I've got for today. So what I've done to start with, I've made myself a little armour stand to put my armour on. While I'm indoors, it should be safe enough. Famous last words. So I've done that. I've put a light up there. I was getting a few spawns just there. Zombies predominantly, but every so often I'd get a creeper, and obviously they frighten the living daylights out of me. Creepers do, because well, obviously you get too close, ba-boom, and everything goes pear-shaped. I've lobbed in a bit of decoration. It's all pretty much decoration that I've been doing. I've put in a bit of wheat there with some mushroom blocks behind it, which I quite like. And it got me thinking that we probably need somewhere to grow the mushrooms. So that's my little project for later. I've also done quite a lot of work on the stairs. They were looking very boring. I'm sure you'd agree. So they were looking a bit boring. So I put a bit of lighting down the middle and separated the two stairs. Made two staircases instead of the one big one. Bit of lighting, bit of water. That looks quite nice, I think. I've also put in a bit of a tree feature. Again, a bit of colour down the end, bit of greenery, which makes me reasonably happy. I've put I'm going to start working up this way later. I'm not going to do it just yet, but I started knocking this out and it looked very plain, so I lobbed in a large mushroom, and it was that gave me the idea for my next project, which I think, I took out the old Shroom Room as well. That was just a disaster. That didn't work at all. I didn't get one single mushroom out of it. In fact, all it did was spawn mobs right at the back. So when I finally dug it out, I had about 6 mobs stood there looking at me right at the back. So I got rid of that and put a lilac or whatever the hell that plant is there. So I've stuck that in there. I've also finished off my record collection. And for you guys not old enough to understand what a record collection is, I've finished off my disc collection. So I've now got Strad, which is my 12th disc. So it was very useful while it lasted, but now it's pretty much redundant. Oh, I've got to turn that off, that's too loud. So that's pretty much redundant. So I've turned the water on upstairs now, so that will stop spawning hopefully up there, and I can now concentrate on getting all of my spawns back, all of my drops back from the old mob farm, which is going very, very well indeed. So my plan for today, I've dug this out and got rid of the flowers that were in here. So my plan today is just to turn this into a massive shroom room. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think it's 11 by 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. There. So if we, in theory, put a shroom there and then spam it with a bit of bone meal, bada bing, we get a lovely big mushroom. And obviously get your silk touch pick out, do a bit of mining, and we get loads of lovely shrooms, red shrooms. And it's the same for the normal coloured shrooms as well. Normal coloured, I mean the brown ones, the mushroom coloured shrooms. I think. Don't think they're that shape though, which is a shame. So I've got to do a bit of decorating. I'm not quite sure how to decorate it yet. Was it that block? There's only so much decorating you can do in a a room where you grow mushrooms. Where's it gone? I'm sure I did that. So they're not the same shape, but I think they're the same height. So I might even have some kind of little chime when I've grown it. Maybe. So I'll harvest myself a few mushrooms to give myself a few shroom blocks to play with. And then I'll decorate out the floor, probably put some pistons around the side like we've done for the lighting. Maybe have some lighting and pistons in the middle. I don't have any mycelium, so I'm just going to have to grow this on dirt, but it doesn't seem to be don't seem to be any problem growing it on dirt. It seems to be growing fine. So I'll rip out all the gravel as well, and probably make the room a little brighter that way also. So I'll do that, and then we can have a look at it, or you can have a look at it when I've finished. I've done a bit of decorating, and it's only a little bit of decorating. I'm not good at decorating. I've made myself a little mushroom on the red mushroom one side. I've made myself a little brown mushroom the other side. A bit of decorating in the middle. A couple of furnaces, some lighting with the pistons, some lighting around the edges. A few stairs going off into different directions. A chest that's got very little in it at the moment. And I think I'll dot a few mushrooms around. Give it a bit of colour. Maybe. Let's have a big red one in the middle. Can't beat a big red one in the middle. Lovely. So there we go. We've got our mushroom room, our new shroom room, which will do very nicely, I think. So yeah, off to the next job. Right, there's one thing I've been neglecting actually. When you've got a man cave, it's customary to have an ugly brick thing, which was first introduced many years ago. So any man cave worth its salt needs an ugly brick thing, and basically all an ugly brick thing does is provide an infinite water source and a crafting table. So I think we're going to just stick an ugly brick thing in here. Just because we can. So I think I've not built one forever. It's been a while since I've built one of these. Right, so we want some bricks, clearly. Do I want it that wide? Might not even need it that wide. And we need a crafting table in the middle. Then we need, I could do with a bit of lighting actually. Oh, don't have any. I'm gonna have to use a good old-fashioned pumpkin then. Something I've not used. I should really start using those because it's a pain to go all the way back to the Guardian farm every time I need some more lights. Right, so yeah, that'll do there. Yeah, yeah. Brick at the back. I need bricks there. Probably need bricks at the bottom as well, so it looks okay. And then I'm going to put that like that. Probably need bricks at the back then. Might even need bricks at the top. And then I need to put a slab there. Couple of bits of water there. probably going to need the top filled in as well. Fill the top in, bricks maybe. Yeah, they're gonna have to be, aren't they? Trust me to run out of those. Super. Anyway, I'll get a couple of bricks later, but that's basically an ugly brick thing. We've got a crafting bench and we've got an infinite water source. Brilliant, so it works, and I've got one. So I'm quite pleased. My man cave is nearly complete. What I want to do now, I'm going to knock this little bit of the wall out here. And we're going to build something in here. And what I want to build in here, but the idea being later, at a later stage, not today, but in the near future, I'm going to be building a... I've got any bricks? I'm going to be building up there, up that way somewhere. I'm going to be building a deck that overlooks some of the river. It overlooks quite a nice stretch of the river with the mountains, and there's a few other bits and pieces. It looks very, very idyllic. So what I want to do is give me something to look at when I'm up there. So I want to set up some kind of firework dispenser. So I can sit up there, press a button, and it makes it fires fireworks up into the sky of an evening when it's dark. You know, it'll look fantastic. But in order to do that, I need to make some fireworks. And I'm not very imaginative, so I pretty much need a contraption that will make the firework, well, give me the ingredients that make the fireworks, so I don't have to think too much about it. So that's what we're going to build in here. Now, a firework needs several components to it. To make it, you need gunpowder and you need paper to make the firework. But to make the fireworks star, you need some dye, and you can have up to, I think it's 7 or 8 different coloured dyes in every fireworks star, but I think that's probably going to be too many. So we're going to stick with 3, and you can also add an effect to it as well by adding a diamond or a feather or a piece of gold, and that gives it a different effect, either a trail or a star shape or something else. You can add heads as well, but they're very difficult to find. If you want to make a firework that makes a creeper head, grab yourself a head. At the moment I'm on the hunt for what am I on the hunt for? I'm on the hunt for these things down here. So I've just got a bit, I'm looking at these guys too much when I shouldn't be. God, I'm looking at you. Yeah, I'm looking at you. Come on then. Ender pearls, that's what I'm after. Because I don't have any, and I don't have an ender farm yet. And until I kill the dragon, I ain't going to get one. Right, where were we? Yeah, so what you need dye, you need an effect item, a feather, a piece of gold, or a diamond. So obviously we won't be having many diamonds in there. And gunpowder and paper, and I've got loads of paper, and I've got pretty much loads of gunpowder. When I say loads of gunpowder, I've got a fair amount, a double chest full of it. So what I'm going to do is make a little contraption over here. You press a button, and it'll spit out a couple of different types of dye, 3 types of coloured dye. It'll spit out 4 pieces of gunpowder, it'll spit out a bit of paper, and it'll spit out, or maybe not spit out, an effect item. So it depending on a couple of things, logic gates or whatever, it will spit out either a piece of gold, a diamond, or a feather, or nothing. So randomly it will give me 3 different fireworks, and when I get bored I can come down here, press a button, make a firework, and then we'll store it in a chest until we want to use it. So I've got a few bits and pieces here. I've got my droppers, I've got a bit of redstone. Don't know whether to power it yet by using a pressure plate or a button. It's going to be one or the other. Got some dispensers and whatever. So I'm going to build it over here. So let me just dig out a bit of this. It's going to take out a reasonable amount of room. I'm going to have it delivered to me as well. Press a button, it's going to land in some ice, on some packed ice, and get flushed down to the end and then shot out at the bottom for me to pick it up and then craft. So we're going to need a bit of space around here to work with. And as I say quite often, I'm not short of a bit of space to work with. And I'll say that, and then all of a sudden I'll tunnel into something, won't I? But hey, I'm sure we can work around it. I've got to go at least 8 back. Oh, look at that. What have I tunnelled into? Oh, a tunnel. Tunnelled into a tunnel. Not too bad then, I suppose. Could have been worse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've got to go back that far anyway, because the water flows 8 blocks, and I need a bit of water at the end of it. So that tunnel is just going to have to go. I'm not using it. Won't go amiss. Nobody's going to miss it. So down the middle, I think we're going to have some packed ice. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which, amazingly enough, I don't have. If you didn't have any lighting, you'd possibly be able to use normal ice, but I'm reasonably sure there will be some lighting in there, so packed ice it will have to be. And because we've got the spiked ice biome, I'm not short of a little bit of packed ice. So anything that gets shot out now into a water stream is going to shoot down the end and fly out the bottom here. I possibly may replace that there with a crafting table. In fact, that probably is a good idea. You are joking me, aren't you? I don't even have a crafting table. How well prepared am I going to be? Right, so I need 3. Okay, I'll get rid of that in a minute. 2, 3. So I'm going to need loads of these bad boys. I'm going to need loads of droppers. So we need, let me think about this. We're going to need we need 3 for the dyes. We need 1 for paper. We need 1 for the effect, the diamond, the feather, or the bit of gold. And then we need 4 for gunpowder. So if we have those there, now if I stick a, can I stick a repeater on there? I can. If I stick a repeater on there and on there, that should power all 4 of those repeaters, all 4 of those droppers. Now this one's going to be slightly different, the one at the back. This is going to be for the effect, and I don't want it to fire every time. So what I'm going to need to do there is stick in some kind of dropper, hopper mechanic kind of thing that will only fire randomly. So we need I need a comparator. I don't have a comparator. Let me do the redstone so I don't bore you to death. I'll do the redstone and then we'll have a look at it once I've done it. So this is the basic mechanics of it. Let me start at the front. This is where all the ingredients are going to come out of the front. And as I say, we'll stick a crafting table there eventually. You've got a button. Press the button and it fires all of the droppers in here. So there's a redstone comes across this way, fires those 4 droppers. There's redstone that comes around this way, fires those 4 droppers, and then it'll fire this dropper as well. And in there you've got a non-stackable item and a stackable item. If the stackable item goes across to there, it only gives you a signal strength of 1, so it only lights up that bit of redstone. It doesn't fire that what is it? That thing there, that gizmo. What is it? Repeater. If, however, it fires over the sword, which is non-stackable, it gives you a signal length of 3, or at least 2. It depends, actually. I don't know whether it's 2 or 3. It varies depending on whether it's a dropper or a hopper for some reason. I think it gives you a signal strength of at least 2 if it's a non-stackable item. So if the sword goes over there, it will light up those 2 bits of redstone, which fires that repeater there, which fires that dropper. So in there we're going to have our effect article, whether that's a bit of gold, or whether it's a feather, or whether it's a diamond. So not every ingredient will be fired once we press the button. It'll become clearer once I start filling them up. So what I'm going to do now is fill all of this side up with gunpowder, fill all of this side up with paper, with whatever else I need. I can't remember what I need. With dye, sorry, I need 3 dyes along the bottom. I need the paper at the top. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll be back with you to show you it in its entirety in a second. What I will show you, actually, before I go, all my dyes are in here, obviously. I want to try and put the colours that explode when the firework goes off into some kind of order. I don't want to stick green in one dropper, another green in another dropper, and then a blue in another dropper, and then get a firework that's going to be like a drab greeny, bluey, dark effect. So what I think I'm going to do is have those 3 colours in one dropper, and then the greens and the blues, the light blues, in another dropper, and then the pinks and the purples in a third. So you'll always get like 3 vibrant different colours in the firework, which I've got to craft some dye because we're out of dye. How can we be out of dye? I've got this new, oh my god, couldn't be any more out of dye. I'm going to craft a boatload more dye. Oh look, I've got an Enderman. Here, Endy. Where are you going? Oh, he's going up there. He's waiting for me. Run round here. Give him a Paddington stare. Ah! Come out without one. I've got a looting 3 sword. I'm gonna get no. Didn't burn, did it? Did that burn? Oh well. C'est la vie. Right, I'm going to craft some more dye, and I'll see you when I've done that. So I finished crafting a bit of dye, which took far longer than it should have done. And obviously I'm going to tidy it all up and make it look nice again. I've thrown everything I was holding into the chest just to make sure this works. So all of these droppers are filled with gunpowder. This dropper is filled with your decoration. I don't have many diamonds, so I can't put any diamonds in there. And these 3 are filled with dye, and the top one is filled with paper. So now you just got to imagine that that's all going to be filled in and looking lovely. You press a button and you get a random set of ingredients out to make a firework. So you put your dye in there and then your gunpowder, which makes you your firework star. Put your firework star in, put a bit of paper, and there you've got a random firework. So if we do it again, we get another different random firework. See, this one doesn't have a feather in it, so it's not going to have a special effect or bit of gold or anything else for that matter. So that's a light blue, red and magenta, and that's a purple, light blue and orange. Just going to do this a few times just to make sure that the feather and the gold is working. At the moment I've had 3 different types of fireworks and none of them yeah, there it is. So it is working. There's a 1 in 2 chance that you'll get either a feather or a bit of gold or a diamond. Well, you won't get any diamonds at the moment because I don't have any. And now I've completely forgotten how to make a firework. Come on. Oh, and I forgot to put the feather in after all. Okay, put it in this one. See, the feather gives it the burst effect. Whatever the burst effect looks like. Last one. Another feather. We have got more feathers at the back than anything else, so it's not surprising we're getting a few feathers. But basically this is working like a charm. So there you go, no time at all. I've got, what, 6 different types of fireworks. So when I get a little bit bored, I'll... is it dark outside? It's only dark outside. Let's go and have a look at what these look like, shall we? Yay! Oh yes, very pretty. Oh, no good when you can't see them above the clouds. But you get the. I mean, you know what fireworks look like, don't you? So the plan is to make a little. Look at that! I'm out here. I've got nothing. I've got no armor, no weapons. Couldn't have been any cleverer, could it? Get my dog onto it. Come on, dog. Go and sort him out. So the plan is to build a little decking recreation area at the top somewhere, and put the fireworks into some dispensers of some sort, some dispensers of sorts in the water, and then I can sit at the top, press a button, and have a firework display, which is going to look pretty damned impressive. So we'll do that over the next few episodes or so. There's a zombie chasing me, dog. Go and get it. No, it's not over there. Fool. Got everything. So I'll tidy this up. I don't know what to tidy it up with, to be honest. I don't know. I'll have to have a think about it. Let me go and get rid of that zombie. Or maybe I won't. Oh, where's he gone? Has he gone into the nether by any chance? After the villagers? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe not. Right, let me tidy that up. God, what should I put on there? Shall I use a bit of clay? Different coloured clay. What do you reckon, dog? Clay? Yeah, nod. Shake your head. Nod. Give us a clue. Can't use any more wood. I'm wooded out. I'll put steps on there anyway. Unless I move my chests. I might move my chests, maybe. Let me have a play, and hopefully you can give it the thumbs up when I get back. Oh, sorry guys, I just completely run out of motivation and and I've finished it off and it looks pretty lame. For that I apologise. Even the dog doesn't like it. But anyway, it works. I've moved the the chest into here because I just couldn't get it to work out there. Obviously, there were a couple of reasons. I couldn't put a solid block above a chest, so it would have to have been stairs, and there are only so many blocks that you can make stairs out of. And I also had to be careful about putting solid blocks next to droppers. So I finished up moving the chests in their entirety, and I've used the colour of the fireworks actually to give it a bit of an effect, put a light inside. Anyway, that's me done for today, I think. So I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, everybody. It's been brilliant having you along as usual. Love that dog. If you've enjoyed it, please don't forget to leave it a like, and if you've really loved it, don't forget to subscribe for future videos. This is Frilly off, and I'm out of here.